Hey everyone, I'm doing another review right now, and in this video, I'm going to try and be a little bit more enthusiastic because I tend to really talk really slow and boring like in a lot of my reviews, so I want to like spice it up a little bit, so this is actually what I'm doing in this video, so just to tell you guys. Okay, in this video I'm going to review a film called VHS, and it actually has, it's a found footage horror film, which was directed by 6 people. Adam Wingard directed the first one. David Bruckner directed the second one. T. West directed the third. Glenn McQuaid directed the fourth. Joe Swanberg directed the fifth. And Radio Silence directed the sixth. Okay, yeah, VHS is an anthology horror film, and it features six different like tapes or stories, whatever you want to call them. The first one is tape 56, or the frame narrative. Then comes Amateur Night. Then Second Honeymoon. Then Tuesday the 17th. Then the sixth thing that happened to Emily when she was younger. And then last was 10/31/98. And each segment was directed by the directors I mentioned earlier in that order. So like Adam Wingard directed the first one, and Radio Silence directed the last one. So so you know, okay, who directed what. Anyway, so yeah, onto the stories. As for whether or not I found this film scary or not, yeah, there were some pretty scary scenes, I have to admit. The first one especially was really creepy and unsettling and gory too. And I have to say that as far as the different segments go, some were better than others. That's pretty much expected in a film like this. And I felt that the strongest stories, in my opinion only, of course, were Amateur Night, Second Honeymoon, and I guess Tuesday the 17th, only because it has one of the more creative ones, and it also had a lot of creepy, gory scenes in it too. Although the acting wasn't as good in that one. Just saying. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, none of them were like really bad, but if I had to choose one that I liked the least, I'd probably go with 10/31/98, and the one I liked the best was the first one, Amateur Night, because that one was really creepy and scary. It was really like just grotesque. Ugh, just thinking about it. Anyway, so yeah, it was a pretty good film. I really enjoyed it. It was nothing like groundbreaking or mind blowing, obviously, but the average viewer probably wasn't expecting that going into this. Now were they? No. So anyway, yeah, it's a decent film. I saw it on Netflix personally, and I don't know if it's still on there or not, but that's where I saw it. And if you have Netflix, you can probably see it on there. It's a good film, and I would definitely suggest watching it. Now, as for like what happens during the during the course of the film, it basically follows a bunch of amateur criminals who break into this guy's house, and he's supposedly sitting in a chair, like dead, I believe, and surrounding him are a bunch of these VHS tapes and TV screens, which are staticky and stuff. And these guys are real pricks. They go around pulling girls' skirts, pulling girls' shirts up, in parking lots and causing mayhem and mischief everywhere. And they make up one of the stories. Although I tend to focus more on the other 5 stories more, because they felt more, they were doing better, I guess. Also, when I meant the first one, what I liked the best, I meant the Amateur Night one. I don't mean the first Tape 56 one, just to clarify, in case anyone thought I meant the first frame narrative. No, I think the scariest one was definitely Amateur Night, just so you know. So anyway, I'll probably get right down to the point. They deal with certain things like typical horror tropes like paranormal demonic possession, and aliens, and mutant women, and killers and all these weird things going on, like phantoms and all other stuff. The typical horror movie characters and villains and monsters and whatnot. And as I said before, it varies from video to video, but some of the videos also had twist endings, but they were, for the most part, expected, although one really got me off guard, and it was the one with the second honeymoon. That was really, I didn't really expect that to happen at all, so I guess that gave it some extra points for me, actually. So yeah, overall, it's a pretty good film. I suggest you watch it. You can buy it or rent it, I really don't really care. It's good for both, in my opinion. Okay, so I guess that'll be it. I'll wrap things up, and peace. Thanks for listening, guys.